Hey everyone, I wanted to talk to you about a fairly serious subject today, but hopefully we can have an interesting debate about it. It's something that came up recently because there was a song and music video that a lot of people had been saying, "Oh, Howard, you got to check this out. This band is really cool. We think you're going to enjoy it. Oh, this is the next big thing." I had some YouTube comments about it. I had some people talk about it in Discord. I was like, okay, I'll check it out. Interesting looking thumbnail. Put it on. I started doing the reaction, and about a minute into the song, I stopped it. Now, I am not going to say what song and video it was at the moment because I need to clarify some details before I go any further. But I am about 95% certain that the entire video was AI generated, and I'm certainly leaning on the side that the song was AI generated as well. Now, you're probably bored of hearing about AI, and I'm kind of bored of talking about AI. I've done videos about this before, so I wanted to take a different approach when I spoke about this, and I wanted to talk about something different that came into my head, which is more about why this is important. And again, it might be obvious, you might feel like the answer to that question is obvious, but hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. See, the problem is I did really think about that. After I stopped doing this reaction, I put it down, and I spoke to some people on my Discord and said I need to find out if this thing's real or not, because I'm pretty sure it's not. I was thinking to myself, well, what does it matter? I mean, I've said myself so many times that if you like music, it's just sound waves. If you like the sound waves coming through your speakers, through your headphones, then good for you. And the thing is that if people enjoy this song and this video, then I'm not angry at them. I'm not even really that angry at the people who produced it. It's just fair enough. What is the loss though? Who is the victim? Who is really suffering here? And that kind of brought me round to, well, I guess the reason why I'm wearing this t-shirt. The reason why I've got these posters behind me, which, as you may have noticed over the years, are more increasingly becoming like unsigned or small bands recently signed, bands who are, not big names. And that's not because I am some try-hard who's like, well, I only like the bands who play at the local live house, or I don't like anything commercial. No, I do like commercial stuff as well. Anno's right up there. Big Anno fan. I've done reactions to Mrs. Green Apple, all this kind of stuff, and I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy it. So it's not that, but there is something that I have tried to convey before that I think is more important than ever when it comes to this AI conversation. And that is the fact that when I support these upcoming bands, when I go to these live houses, the music is obviously important. I'm not going to sit there and just say, I love this band because they're nice people. I'll get on with them. But ultimately, if I love a band, it's because I genuinely think their music is really interesting and I think they're bringing something different into the world. And AI will be able to do that. Anyone who's like, oh, AI will never be able to catch up with humans. AI, it's, again, when it comes to just the music, AI will be able to catch up to humans. It will be able to produce music, which is every bit as convincing. It'll be able to copy all of our traits. Don't even have to wait that long. I'm sure it's the day's coming. But when I'm in those live houses, when I'm with those bands, when I'm there, what I'm seeing is something that AI could potentially inhibit, could potentially destroy. Because the thing which makes the music scene so great is not just it's the sense of community. Yeah, the sense of community, the sense that we're all there enjoying something, the sense that we see the musician's journey, but it's also what the musician's journey means. I have seen young bands where the musician will be like a young woman who will very openly, she'll say that, about how she didn't feel comfortable in her skin when she was in high school, didn't feel comfortable with herself, and music gave her a voice, gave her the ability to say things on stage that she would never have been able to say in a normal setting, that gave her the confidence to stand up in front of people. Seeing bands of, again, mostly young women I work with, but young women, young men, young people coming together who've been brought together by these projects that they give themselves, and projects bring, like a club, it brings people together. The ability to make these music and, you know, crafting songs, going on these journeys, organizing your first events, getting that life experience of, booking a venue for the first time. We're talking about people like 19, 20 years old who are booking a venue and having to work out ticket prices with the organizers. And that happens a lot, that kind of thing. They're meeting other bands, they're meeting other people, they're going on these journeys, they're learning to, sell their merchandise. And then the fans, the audiences who get to, become a community, become friends, who follow the journeys as well, who support their Oshies or their favorite bands and watch them rise up. And you might be thinking, well, how the fuck's AI going to stop that? Maybe it won't, but here's the interesting thing. I've noticed so often when I talk to you guys online and the fantastic communities that we have, that some, especially nowadays, more of you are coming over to see live shows in Japan, and it'll be like something like, you'll be like, oh, I've watched loads of videos from Lumirise, I want to see Lumirise live, or I want to see Emanu live, I want to see these bands, wow, okay, they got thousands of views, I want to see them. And then so many times I hear about people turn up and they're really surprised. They turn up and, oh, I was expecting a really big thing, it's just this tiny little venue, and it's like 50 people here. I thought they were really famous. I've been watching their well-produced music videos online. They're just a tiny band. And then the excitement that people feel, then it's like, oh wow, so I can actually meet the band after the show at the merch table. I can buy my merchandise directly from them. The fact is that a lot of the time when you guys are getting into these small bands, you're maybe not realizing how small they actually are. And that's because the power of the internet to connect you to these small bands has been something that has come up definitely a lot in the last 10 years. You go back to like 2015 and it was nowhere near this possible. We're in like a golden age where young bands can really go out there, use the same wherewithal and smartness that allows them to make these, book their own shows and create their own music and design their own outfits, and they're using it to make music videos and go online and advertise their music and get fans from the other side of the world. And this is brilliant, and AI music can fill that bandwidth. When people recommended that I checked out this band who sparked me to do this video, and again, I haven't 100% confirmed it is AI. I just think it is, and it's very important that we do discuss this. They were advertising it to me in the same way that I've heard people advertise other bands to me like before. They were recommended in the same voice, in the same tone, in the same methods, in the same language that people have recommended bands like Lumirise to me in the past. Who've recommended bands to me, like Almond Dot, like all these things. It came through the same channels in the same way. And there's no doubt that AI music can be produced faster. It can be allowed to be more flashy. The time that bands take to make their own music videos here, it takes time. You have to get a director, you have to get the venues. And not because you're not smart enough to do it on a computer, but because you want to do it properly, because it's an artistic endeavor. You don't want to just type in what you want and have it come out. You actually want to create it. As the AI gets better, it's going to fill the bandwidth. And for everyone who's saying, oh, I'll always be able to tell the difference, well, I'm pretty sure already we've got bands coming out who are not real, who people don't seem to have been able to tell the difference. And as those bands start to exist, and with people being on the opposite side of the world, bands saying they're coming from Tokyo and you living maybe in Europe or America, you're not going to be able to go and verify that at the live house. And so the bandwidth is going to start to become filled with these fake bands who are produced in basements by people who just want to get some subscribers and feel good about it. And it's not the same as, it's not the same as like, I love people like Rulier, who she's a bedroom song producer, but she writes everything herself. She's won awards for her songwriting. She gets like the artwork done by people, and she writes. And even though she's using a Vocaloid, which is a computer voice, she programs in every note. She designs everything. Every single thing is an actual creation of hers. And this is the difference. This is the difference. And so what do we do? Because as I mentioned, the bandwidth is going to start getting filled up as more and more fake stuff is produced and as the quality gets significantly better. I mean, you've seen how far AI has come in like a year, 2 years. Imagine what it's going to be like in 5 years. You know full well that in 5 years, AI will be producing bands that you will not be able to discern from the real thing from video. So where does this leave us? Well, I would say there's a few things you can do. First thing, check for social media. All these bands are on social media now. Now, yeah, you can fake social media videos, you can fake social, but use a little bit of common sense. Have a little look into it, see what they're doing, check out their stuff, have a look and see if it's real. Ask other people who might live in Japan. I mean, this is another thing, a service I can provide. Ask people like me, have you seen them live? Check out. I mean, that's another thing. Go on their social media. They'll have lists of when they're playing live. Every single live band, if you go onto like their Twitter, and probably their Instagram as well, you go on there, there'll be a post that, we're playing here at Shimokitazawa Chikamatsu. We're going to be playing at Shibuya Triple X. We're going to be playing at any of these venues, Triple W, sorry. We're going to be playing at any of these venues. You can just go through and you can just do a little bit of research to find out, not because you don't have to enjoy what you want to enjoy, but because that's what I think is a good idea to support the music scene. If you just want to enjoy music, you don't have to do what I say. You don't have to care about what I care about. You don't have to give a shit about this. If you just want to sit and listen to some nice sounds, then AI is going to get better and better. And yes, there will be some great stuff out there, and knock yourself out, do whatever you want to do. However, if you're like me, someone who cares about the music scene, what it means, the way it helps people grow, and I'm not saying this just to appeal to because if every time someone walks past with a charity clipboard, they could be like, "Oh, what, you don't care about the small dogs dying?" I mean, yeah, you don't have to listen to my sob story, but I'm just saying, in all honesty, if you care about that scene, what it means, its growth, and what it does, the way it allows music to bring people together, then yes, now is a time to start to get prepared for a future where we're going to have to be careful about verifying what's real and what's not. And so I sincerely hope that you guys will join me in doing that. I don't want bands to have like social medias where they just show you pictures of everything they eat and share their political opinions. I just want, just check a band, just get a feel for if they're real. Check to see if they're playing live, even if you can't go, just to see what's up with that. Talk to people who, like me, who are in Japan, who go to the live houses regularly if you want to get some sort of verification. And connect with the bands. Connect with the bands as well. I noticed that the band in question who raised this concern for me, I went on there. They had I can't speak today. They had links for like Spotify, TikTok, but they didn't have any of the social medias. There wasn't any Instagram on there, and there certainly wasn't any Twitter, which is where Twitter's a good one for verifying people, I'll be honest. So there you go. Those are my thoughts. Again, enjoy what you want. Enjoy what you want. The future is coming, and there's no point trying to pretend or fight against it. But when the future comes, you're going to need, as it is, you need to decide what you value and how you're going to maintain those values. And for me, what I value is what I've seen the Japanese music scene does for young people and the incredible stories it brings us that often are translated through incredible music. Whether it be emotional music or just this genuine sound of people having fun, dancing around, playing pop songs, metal songs, punk songs, singing songs that are honest, singing songs that are silly, sharing their humor, sharing their reality. That means the world to me, and I want to protect that. And I hope you can join me in doing so. Anyway, 15-minute waffle. Thanks so much for tuning in for this. Yeah, like I say, it means a lot to me. You guys mean a lot to me as well. Community means a lot to me. Looking forward to talking to you more. And until I do, in the comments, in the next video, or in the Discord, which is linked below. Again, great place to continue this conversation. Until that time comes, from me here in Japan, 100% real. For now, ciao, ciao. I still can never find the stop button. That's how you know it's me. The minute these videos stop properly, you'll know I've been replaced.